God. God. All praise to Yah through Mashak Yahweh Shai, for surely his mercy endure forever. This is Officer Banakad coming back to you with these precepts and with the Life or Death show. We're talking about the Sassy Man Apocalypse. All right? What is this Sassy Man Apocalypse? All right? And what do our people feel about it? We're going to go straight to it. All right?
But we are in a sassy man apocalypse, so you know. The men going into their soft girl era, these niggas need to tighten the fuck up. Put your big boy pants on. Don't nobody want no soft ass nigga. And that don't mean you gotta be from the trenches. That don't mean you gotta be in the streets or whatever. I need me a man who can make me feel secure in my femininity. I want to feel like I could surrender myself to you. Like you could take full sense of dominancy and I could just fall back and be a pretty...
God. So we get the point. All right. So we have a problem in Israel that our sisters have to dub this the Sassy Man Apocalypse. All right. We got a problem when we have an epidemic of men in our community that are exhibiting less than satisfactory standards of men, the image of man in our community. All right. And thus we have that apocalypse, right? So the thing is, these men are taking a break from being men, all right, from being that role model in certain instances, all right, whether it be in their relationship, whether it be in their family, whether it be in the community, all right, but we can't have that as Israel. That's not where we come from, all right. In fact, if you look all over the world, if you look in other cultures, you'll see those same sassy men in other cultures, you know. Because their mothers and their fathers, mostly the mothers, will tell them stories about how they're great and how they're this and that and the prize the family and all these things, and then they'll grow up being a mama's boy, you know? That's not of our culture. All right? So first of all, let's get into our code. Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of Hamashiach Yahawashai, giving thanks to power and the Abba by him. All right? This is word and deed. This is what we do. This is our image. All right? This is the fruits of our image, the proof of our image. All right? Other nations, everybody else should be seeing this. All right? Not just the other nations. Everybody should be seeing this from us. All right? And to relate it back to this script. All right, this is a summary of what we do, okay? So we can't be taking a break as men. We can't break the order as men, all right? Because the Most High is a man. He's not a woman, all right? He never took break. The Most High never took a break as the Most High. He never took a break as a man of war, all right? Hamashiach never took a break as our savior, all right? And guess what? When you're a husband, when you're a father, you can never take a break as a father. All right? You are a father. Okay? So we men cannot take breaks as men. We can't let our image break because we are made in the image of God. All right? So first of all, let me go ahead and get 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. I'll keep going down. All right, because we can't have this in our community. We can't have our own sisters, you know, dub these things making fun of us, man. We can't have this against us, man. We've already been disenfranchised. We can't have more of this in our communities. All right, because we don't want the children learning this. All right? But the thing is that this is a breach in our own brother's spirit. Because our brothers have turned to be narcissists, all right? They take, like I said, they're trying to take a day off, take a vacation from being men. We can't do that, all right? We have a standard to uphold. It's what keeps the balance around us, all right? So we can't be lovers of our own selves, man. We can't be narcissists. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. Know this know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. You're going to see these from the men in these last days. All right? These are things that you don't see from men. All right? They're supposed to be the last ones to uphold the honor, uphold the rights and the traditions that we're supposed to have. All right? We tell the children, all right? We're supposed to uphold all of the order for everyone in the household to follow. Okay? We can't be lovers of our own selves and be prideful and such and be narcissists, because if we kept to our own selves, first of all, man was not, neither was any man on earth, born for his own self. No man was born for himself. That doesn't happen. The Most High did not just make man for him to be born for himself. Man is a servant in somehow, some way, and will be a servant somehow, some way, to some purpose. Man is not born to be of his own self, to just tend to himself, and that's it. All right? Because think about it. We have families, we have children, we have communities, all right? We have government, all right? We're supposed to be the head of those things. We're not born for our own selves, all right? So we can't put ourselves above everybody and then not tend in even our own ways and our conduct and our image to our own people, all right? There is no man on earth that was born for himself. Men are not born for themselves. They're made in the image of God. They have a way to uphold. All right. And as Israelites, we're called son of men. All right. Called son of man. All right. So the way of man comes straight down to us. All right. The way of the commandments, the way of the order of man comes straight down to us. We have to uphold that. That means there can't be sassy men in Israel. All right? There can't be a sassy man in Apocalypse in Israel. Sorry, not sorry. Not sorry at all. All right? We can't have it. All right? That's not of the Most High, because the Most High ain't sassy. All right? So let's go and see what image we're not supposed to be after, okay? Because we're made in the image of God. All right? But we shouldn't be seeing these things. We shouldn't be seeing man where they're not supposed to be, and their actions somewhere else in Scripture where they're not supposed to be, because it's not a man. I shouldn't be seeing this of the men of Israel. All right? Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go. I shouldn't be seeing that from men. I should never be seeing that from men. Not the men of Israel. All right? I should never see men moving their necks like this, with wanton eyes and walking and mincing as they go. I shouldn't be seeing that type of conduct from the men of Israel. That's not what we came from. All right? Whatever you got stuck in your mind, it's a breach in the spirit. You need to stop it, man. You need to tighten up, man. We don't do that. In fact, back in the old days, men would get jacked up for acting like that. Off rip. They get jacked up. Once they got home, the mother would be railing on them. The sister would be railing on them. The father, they wouldn't want it from their father. All right? But your family would get on you if you were acting zesty, man. You can't be doing that. And we came from a long way. We used to judge our own people the same way, so that in that way we actually put away the evil from Israel, a little bit. Because we used to keep these things under, and we used to keep these things away from the children by teaching the children by example that these things are not okay, man. We need to go back to doing that, man. Because these are not the times to be doing this, man. We are not supposed, listen, men are not supposed to be, not are supposed to call themselves, especially not the men of Israel, passenger princesses. All right? The men of Israel should not be calling themselves passenger princesses, man. All right? Y'all need to be fighting against that. Do whatever you got to do. Get up and drive, man. Do not sit there, man, and be made a joke of like that, man. We have an image to uphold, man. All right? If you're tired, that's something different, man. But if you're letting your girl just put her hand on your leg, you know, like how you used to do, and you putting your feet up on the dashboard and you eating all the fries and you being and you just being Isaiah 3:16, we don't have no sassy men in Israel, man. The Most High ain't putting up with you, man. He's not having that. All right? And we're going to get to what kind of men the Most High wants. All right? But that ain't going to fly. All right? We've already had men that have chosen to choose a transgender life or to be, you know, homosexual and all these other things. You can't just be itching out, man. You're a husband. You're a brother. All right? You're a son. You can't be itching out in these different ways, you know, being zesty. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. All right? That's not your place. All right? Let me get 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. Because our brothers are abandoning their own roles as men. And then when we do that, guess what? Women try to take it over. And that's not for them, man. You don't want your woman. The men of Israel were just complaining about the women of Israel, the daughters of Zion, being too aggressive and being too hard and all this. Man, you got to man up, man. You can't just say that about the woman and then turn and be sassy. All right? They ain't looking for that, man. And they're not for that. Let me get 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? You ain't going nowhere. All right? So at least let's see what type of people ain't going nowhere. All right? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. All right? Nor effeminate. In fact, let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. Let me pull up the word effeminate. Because we ain't going to have no holes in this class, man. All right. Let me just make sure. We ain't going to have no technical difficulties up here. Let's get that. Effeminate. Effeminate. Having characteristics and ways of behaving traditionally associated with women and regarded as inappropriate for a man. All right? And guess what? Being sassy is all of that. All right? We don't chase our women down with attitudes, man. We don't go back and forth as women, man. We are men. All right? We don't have ways of associating ourselves like women. because we're men. All right? So let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and get 1 Maccabees chapter 14, verse 9. All right? Because I see a lot of our brothers. I see celebrities. All right? In fact, let's get that. Let's get that real quick.
I really want to know who dressing these NBA niggas. Like, who y'all motherfucking stylists? Dennis Rodman? I want y'all to look at this shit here. Miles Turner, you looking real motherfucking sassy. Real sassy. Bring back the old NBA. Somebody wake David Stearns up. This ain't it. All this, I'm flamboyant. Boy, you look sassy. Getting your nails painted. I don't know what the world coming to no more, man. I can't even bring my son to the game no more, because this ain't the dress code. Looking like a damn mannequin.
He said the boy looking sassy. Boy, y'all looking sassy. Man, I love this dude, man. Good work, my brother. Good work.
God. In fact, when we have role models like this, we get men like this, man. We don't have Isaiah 3:16 men in Israel, man. We don't have that, man. All right? This is not what we were afforded by the Most High. We can't afford to act like that, man. Especially not in slavery, and especially not in captivity, man. Because that's how they wanted us to be in captivity. They wanted us to be docile. They wanted us to be feminine. All right? So they could control us, because they can't control real men. All right? The original man. They can't control that. They can't control the masculinity from a true Israelite man. All right? They don't have that ability. All right? So we can't be acting like, again, we can't have Isaiah 3:16 men, man. In fact, let me show you something. This is something that we can't afford as men. We don't really know these things, man. This is things that our women do, but we're not afforded these things, man. You as a man, you look at this and you tell me if we can afford this. If we can afford to act like this.
Answer to every problem is always a nap, you know. Sometimes it's just like, I don't think this will be handled right now, so if you don't mind passing me the blanket. Yeah. The answer to every problem is always a nap.
That's not the answer to every problem for a man, man. We can't afford that, man. We can't be effeminate. We can't be sassy. We can't be like women. We can't be Isaiah's 3:16 men. All right? We can't be doing that. We can't afford it. All right? Esau can afford it. The so-called white man can afford it. This is his kingdom. All right? All his pleasures are here. You know? The Most High doesn't love him. He's not going to correct him. All right? He can afford doing all that type of stuff. Not that we want to do any of that. All right? But we really have no room for error with that, with the Most High. We only have room for perfection, man. We have the narrow path, man. We have one straight. All right? So we can't be wearing skirts, man. We can't have our celebrities wearing skirts, looking all sassy like the brother said, man. For our brothers to be wearing tight jeans just to show all our figure, man. All right? Let's get back to what we used to wear. 1 Maccabees chapter 14, verse 9. The ancient men sat all in the streets, communing together of good things, and the young men put on glorious and warlike apparel. All right? Hoochie Daddy shorts are not glorious and wore like apparel. All right? Boy Scout shorts are not glorious and wore like apparel. All right? I just want to set that straight. That's not glorious and wore like apparel. All right? You shouldn't want that for younger men. All right? We shouldn't have grown men teaching young ones that that's what they're going to be, that's what they should grow into a man to be. All right? If you want to wear that in the house, you wearing that in the house, but for the community, for your people, y'all got to grow up, man. And most definitely skirts. For the celebrity, skirts is not glorious and warlike apparel for men. All right? Not in these days, man. These are not these we don't wear cheerleader skirts, man. All right? That's not what we wear, man. We used to have garments back in the days that used to go down to the foot. All right? We used to have the tunic in the whole garment, but cheerleader skirts, man. Librarian skirts? No. No. We ain't doing that. Not the men of Israel. All right? Let me get 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7. All right, this is for the husbands. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge. Just talking about the wives. Dwell with your wives according to knowledge, the knowledge of the scriptures. All right? Because that is knowledge. All right? Giving honor unto the wife, as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. All right? You can't just let your wife be taking man roles. All right? That's what we're moving away from. All right? You have to dwell with her according to knowledge. You know certain things about your wife. You know that she's the weaker vessel, according to the scriptures. So dwell with her as she is the weaker vessel, knowing she's the weaker vessel. All right? Sassy men don't want to do that. They're narcissists. All right? They want the woman to do everything for them, man. All right? And what I like to think of as the original sassy man is the pimps, man. If you remember pimps back in the day, even how they're portrayed on TV, those are sassy men. All right? Those are the definition of sassy men. All right? And we know, we men of Israel, we ain't no pimps to our women, man. All right? Men are allowed to take vacations, but men cannot take vacations from being men, especially not in the household, especially not husbands, fathers, brothers, all right? Men of Israel, noble men of Israel, kings and priests. We don't take vacations from being men, all right? Because being a man is a word that keeps balance in the community, all right? And gainsaying and weak-heartedness is proof of a breach of spirit, man. That's not what we do. All right? We can't be acting like that, man, because the scripts talk against it. All right? If we go to 2nd Ezra, let's go to 2nd Ezra 14. 2nd Ezra 14. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 14 for a second. All right. 2nd Ezra 14, verse 13. Now, therefore, set thine house in order and reprove thy people. This is for men. All right. Comfort such as them as be in trouble. And now renounce corruption. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. All right? You can't take no break from being a man, especially not in Jacob's Trouble, man. That's coming real soon to a theater near you. Jacob's Trouble is coming. All right? You can't take no break from being a man in Jacob's Trouble. I'm telling you that right now. It is not afforded to you. All right? You know, even amongst brothers of other nations, you know, they say men are born out of necessity. All right? I'm telling you, men are not born for themselves, man. All right? The world needs men. And you can't take a break from being man, oh son of man. You can't take a break from being a man, man. There should be no Sassy Man Apocalypse, man. All right? Let me get Jeremiah chapter 51. Actually, let's get a video real quick. All right? Think of sassy men in your community. All right? If you have sassy men in your community as husbands, you know, they're not trying to dwell with the wives and do benevolence, man. I think I said that correctly. God. They're not trying to dwell with the wife. They're trying to dwell as narcissists. All right? Why don't you take out the garbage? You know, why don't you pay that? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? All right? Why don't I be the passenger princess? No, man. Let's take a look at this real quick. Because this is something that you're not even going to get. If you have a sassy man in the household, forget having this when you're angry. All right? Because when a marriage gets tough, you know, you're really testing who you are as a married man, as a married woman. All right? Let's get a video on that. And you may have times like this in the household, right? But a sassy man is not going to be doing this, man. A sassy man is going to be in his feelings in the corner with his legs tucked into the corner. All right? Probably making a TikTok or probably making a reel about his wife. And we can't be having men like that in Israel, man. In the household, boo-hooing in the corner over any little thing, man. Talking about how he's going to eat his wife's favorite food when she's not looking. All right? And show everything on Instagram. We can't be having that in Israel, man.
Do you want something to drink?
Even though that they're angry.
No.
No.
Okay, anything else?
And for my wife, can I get a medium frozen butter pecan coffee, please?
You're not going to get that with sassy men, man. Because you're going to piss each other off in marriage, man. Sometimes, some way, something's going to get to you, man. But with sassy men, you won't get that kind of responsibility out of them, man. You won't get that kind of fellowship with a sassy man, man. You won't get that kind of husbandry with a sassy man. All right? So how do you think the wife is going to act? All right? Let me get Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 30. All right, right? Because the Most High is not looking, the Most High is not dealing with these men, man. That's not the men that he wanted as ambassadors for his kingdom to bring home, to be the faces of the kingdom. Even now. Let me get Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 30. All right, because there's going to be a time where grown men are going to be like women. All right, but the men of Israel, not like this. There's going to come a time. All right, Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 30. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might hath failed. They became as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. There's going to be a time where the men of other nations, all right, and Esau is going to be acting like a straight woman, man. All right? There's going to be a time where the faces of the people are going to fail, man. And they won't want to fight. All right? That time is coming. All right? But for the men of Israel, there's a reason why the Most High said he's going to make a man as gold. All right? Let's get that. Isaiah 13, verse 12. Because a real man, a man that stands the test of time, has truth in him, because truth stands the test of time. All right? Isaiah chapter 13, verse 12. All right? I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. All right? Those are real men of Israel, the examples of men, true men, all right, from the order of men, which is the commandments. All right? In the commandments, you find an order of men. All right? You find the definition of man. And sassy men are not in the commandments. All right? The Most High did not order any measure of sass in the commandments. All right? Because there's gonna come a time when our women are gonna need men, not sassy men, man. All right, let's hear from a woman right now. Let's hear from a sister.
Conceptions of the availability of black men for us to date, because y'all keep blaming it on us and we can't find nobody, we can't pick nobody, we picking the wrong ones. Well, listen, bro, 30% of black men are in jail right now, so now it's only 60% of the black community we can even talk to. Then we got 5% that are gay, 5% that are unemployed, unemployable, 5% that have mental health issues that are reported. So now we at 55%. And let's not talk about the down low black men that won't tell us that they gay. So now we at like 45%. Okay. And y'all saying we don't know how to select men when y'all not even available. Lack of accountability much? I keep saying lack of accountability. No, Angela, women are lack of accountability. What are you talking about? 30% of black men are in jail and you talking about we not picking right? Who's left to pick? Who doing the bending? Listen.
Who's doing the bending? We shouldn't be hearing this from our sisters, man. We shouldn't be hearing this from our sisters, but we are. All right? So, Israel, what do you think about that? All right? What do you think about the sassy men apocalypse? All right? What didn't I touch? All right? And an honest question. What do you think about the men using clear coat on their nails? That's an honest opinion. All right? Because I'm hearing some things that is clean. I'm hearing that it's zesty. What do you think, Israel? All right? Because we got to draw the line somewhere. All right? We can't be letting nothing slide. All right? Because, in my opinion, la'ah. All right? La'ah. All right? So, shalom, Israel. Keep the commandments, stop the madness, all right?